Pretty sweet, huh? It's my New Day unicorn horn. But hey, what's up? Commando here. Welcome to my predictions for WWE Fastlane. And I was just checking to see if it was a one-worded thing or a two-worded thing. Because I always thought it was a two-worded thing. It's actually just a one-worded thing. So I don't know why it's like that. It's not like Fastlane is a word, but it's weird. And we'll turn this off. Don't wanna waste it, even though I never have it on. Also, my New Day T-shirt too. But the predictions. Let's get to it. Before we even get into it, while I remember, there is a New Day segment with Edge and Christian. They're gonna have the Cutting Edge Peep Show, so that could be good. Somebody said that they might debut Enzo and Cass there, which I don't know. I'm not really too bothered if what they do with Enzo and Cass anymore. I still like Enzo and Cass, but they haven't been like as entertaining. I don't think as they were, say, like 2 years ago. To be honest, like I used to love them the way I love New Day now. But now they're just. It's kind of like NXT in general now. At times, I feel that they've just gotten complacent in their success, and they don't really put in the same like effort. I guess it just doesn't seem like they used to be so funny. They'd have loads of funny rhyming promos and stuff, and it was really good. And we haven't seen one of those since like the middle of last year, I think. Whereas before we used to get them all the time, and they were awesome. But I don't know. The same with NXT. The last while hasn't been that great. There's been some good moments, but there's a while where it's not very good, like, to be honest. But on to the predictions. We have the first match, which is Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio, in a 2 out of 3 falls match, and it's on the pre-show for the US Championship. There's been like no build to this. They just announced the match this week on Raw. Absolutely nothing before that. There was just a little backstage Fallout promo thing this week, and that was it, really. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kalisto will win it. It'll probably be a good match. Well, unless it's the quality of the pre-show match we got last time at the Royal Rumble, then it'll be utter shit. But if it's going by the last few matches these guys had, then it could be a good match. Now, moving on, we have Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match to determine the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 32. Now, I think everybody agrees that Roman Reigns will likely win this. I really doubt it to go any other way. And that Brock Lesnar's going to get attacked by the Wyatt family. The same thing happened with when Cena had that feud with Bray Wyatt, where it started at the Royal Rumble, where he got attacked by him, and then nothing happened like for the next month, because Cena was at Elimination Chamber match or some shit, and then they attacked him at Elimination Chamber, and then they had their match at WrestleMania, then boom, buried. You know what I'm saying? Not buried, but used incorrectly. But there was a video where they were showing on WWE's YouTube channel where they showed Eddie Guerrero winning the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar, and I was just like, you could do something like that with Dean Ambrose, where Dean Ambrose wins this and goes on to face Triple H, and then you could maybe have like Reigns like somehow help Dean Ambrose win it. Although I know that wouldn't please a lot of people. I know a lot of people will be pissed about that. But then you could have like Reigns turn on Ambrose afterwards or something. That'd be kind of cool. Something different. But yeah, I just thought that'd be kind of cool. Dean Ambrose maybe beating Triple H. But I don't know. I really don't know where else they would go apart from Reigns winning. And I don't know what they could end up doing with Dean Ambrose. Maybe it will end up a triple threat: Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Triple H. I don't know. But maybe there's more of a chance with Ambrose winning now due to him losing the Intercontinental title, which I'll speak about in a minute. I don't know. But I'll just go with Reigns to be safe. Now, moving on, we have Charlotte versus Brie Bella for the Divas Championship. And the promos, holy shit. Charlotte sucks. she's just so bad at promos. Like, it's just so forced and fake and phony. Just, cannot stand them promos. And Brie Bella is not much better. At times is okay, then other times is really bad. But the build to this has been, I mean, Daniel Bryan retired, which was really, when I read that when I came home, it was on a Monday night. I came home. That was some pretty depressing news. Like, I came home after like a 12-hour day work, and I was like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. And yes, I cried when I was watching the show. That was a very sad moment. But Charlotte's gonna win this, and apparently Brie will retire later on in the summer. I highly doubt Brie would win here. I really don't think so. People are like, oh, they should give it to her since she's retiring or something. But, I don't think so. I don't think they will. Although I think Charlotte should have lost the title a while ago, but I don't know. So, Charlotte for the win. Now, next, another Divas match, or Women's match. Or, well, NXT calls it the Women's Division. WWE main roster calls it the Divas Division. Just another middle finger by Triple H to Vince. We have Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus Team Bad, Naomi and Tamina. And the build to this has been okay, but I feel they just haven't done enough with it. Like, they've had the right ideas, but then they just haven't done enough with it. Like, when Becky Lynch was like getting attacked or something, and then Sasha Banks came out to save her like the first time, or Becky came out to save Sasha, I think it was, and they just had like a couple, like one punch or something, and then that was it. Because I was like, oh, this is cool, and then that was it. And like, are you expecting a reaction to that? That was shit. And then like on Raw this week, bloody Becky's getting attacked, and then Sasha comes walking all the way around the ring to the side of the announcers, commentators, then gets in the ring, and then Team Bad just walks away. Like, that was such shit. Just such shit. And then SmackDown, I can't even really remember what happened on SmackDown, even though I just watched it a couple hours ago. I don't really remember. But they've had the right idea, but they just haven't went with it enough, in my opinion. Try to find the bloody SmackDown review thing here to see what did happen. Here we go. I know they did something, but I just can't remember. It was Tamina versus Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks won. Becky comes in to make the save, but then Team Bad gets out and regroups, and then Becky checks on Sasha and she pushes her, and then they have a little confrontation thing backstage, and they said they're gonna do it. They're gonna kick some ass like a boss. Blah, blah, blah. I just feel they didn't go enough with it, in my opinion. They didn't go far enough with it. Same with a lot of feuds, really. They kind of have the right idea, but they don't really go all the way with it. But Becky Lynch and Sasha win here, and it'll likely be Charlotte versus Becky versus Sasha at WrestleMania. Although I think Naomi's really, really good. It would be good to maybe see her thrown in there, because she's just great. They also had, I think, was it this week or the week before? Like, I recommend checking out Main Event. They've been having some good matches on Main Event. I enjoy Main Event more than like SmackDown, or like I was just watching Superstars. It's so boring. Fandango versus Jack Swagger, what a boring match. But Main Event's actually been pretty good of late. Like this week there was this Social Outcast versus the New Day. That was really good, really entertaining stuff there. Really, really good. Hopefully they do more of that. Like, they'll probably do it on Raw or something maybe. And that was some good shiz. But yeah, you should check out Main Event. You can see it on the websites that upload WWE videos, since it doesn't air because WWE screwed themselves into getting into some deal with Sky TV here in the UK, and that's why it doesn't air on the network. Excuse me. Next we have Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. Kevin Owens just became the Intercontinental Champion this week in that Fatal 5-Way thing, which was a good match. It was action-packed. It didn't ever really seem to stop in the action, which is good. There's no wrestle, so people loved it, rightfully so. But Kevin Owens eventually won it. And when I heard this, like before I actually watched it, and I heard that this was announced, I was like, it doesn't even make sense. Ziggler was in the match. Why would he get it? But then they revealed that Ziggler had won the last 2 weeks. And I didn't realize he'd won both matches. I thought he just won one of them. But when I was still up when Raw was on, and this had happened, and I seen who was in the match, and I was like, oh, I'll go Kevin Owens or Tyler Breeze. Don't know why I was thinking Tyler Breeze. I guess I was feeling optimistic, but we all know he's buried. But yeah, Kevin Owens wins it again. But I just wish this should have happened a few weeks ago, because they've really just overlooked Dean Ambrose being Intercontinental Champion. They never mentioned it, hardly ever. They didn't even bring it out for some of these segments. Just really overlooked it. Like, they would do such good things in that feud, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, and then it's just back to nothing again. So maybe it'll change going into WrestleMania. Then we'll just be back to, doing nothing again as usual. But yeah, Kevin Owens will win here. There's no chance Ziggler's winning. No chance. Next we have Ryback, Big Show, and Kane versus the Wyatt family. 6-man tag match. If going by anything WWE likes to do, because they like to do this, they'll have Ryback in that win, and then the Wyatt family will attack Brock Lesnar later on. Because you can't have someone win a match and then go and attack someone. That happens all the time. They do this all the time. Like it happened with Seth Rollins. Happened with other people when they cash in and stuff. They do that all the time. They can't have someone actually going into something looking good. Don't know what that is. Just Vince being a retard as usual. But I would like to see the Wyatt family win since and it's apparently just Harper, Rowan, and Strowman against the three guys. And again with this, I was like, when it was announced the Big Show versus Strowman, I wasn't like the probably 95% that hated it and thought it was shit or whatever. I was actually looking forward to it, to see how. I felt they should have made it more of a big deal. That's what I'm trying to say. And the match was so short. It was like 2 minutes, and then just they started the beat down and everybody started coming up. Like, again, they had a good idea, but they just rushed it. It felt so rushed. That really should have been a bigger deal, Big Show versus Strowman. But it was just like a throwaway 2-minute match. There's been word of Braun Strowman facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania, but apparently when that came out, like loads of people didn't like that and didn't agree with it, and apparently it's been scrapped now. And he might be facing Brock Lesnar at some point, like maybe SummerSlam. But like the latest thing was that he was going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But I don't know. Apparently Vince loves him, which I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised he likes the whole beard look and everything. But he is like 7 feet tall, so Vince he's that. He likes the tall guys. But yeah, the Wyatt family. I'm going with them to win it. And now finally we have AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. Match numero 3 in their little series. And I think AJ Styles will win it. It would be strange if he lost it. Hopefully this is a good match. The last 2 matches have been pretty good. Like the one on Raw was alright. I thought the one on SmackDown was gonna be a little bit better. Maybe this one will be like the better one of the lot, since it's on the pay-per-view. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the feud's been okay. I've quite liked it. It's been progressing well. But I was hoping for maybe AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho versus The Miz. Maybe we'll get that at some point. Because I've liked The Miz. He's been good in this little feud. I guess he's been involved in it, and I think he's been good in his role. Miz is very underrated and underappreciated. Very good heel. Very good wrestler as well. You might not agree, but I think he is. I think he's very underrated. I would have liked to see a triple threat with him, with that 3. But go with AJ Styles for the win. But like I say, it's been a good build, and the feud's actually probably the best feud out of everything right now. It's been going really well. Like the Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Lesnar thing's been alright, I guess. It's been okay. And like Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns sort of trying to attack each other a couple of times. Like Dean Ambrose tried to dirty deeds him, and then he tried to do it again on SmackDown, but then Reigns Samoan dropped him, and then Brock Lesnar just raped him. But I would say this is probably the better feud. Styles and Jericho is probably the best one right now. And we've barely even seen Triple H. Like I think him coming up on SmackDown was like the first time we see him in a couple of weeks. He's the WWE champion. Don't know what that's about. But we'll likely see more of him as we go into WrestleMania. Now if you didn't know, I've kind of got a bit of a sore throat, got a bit of the cold and all that stuff. I'm not too bad now, like, but the last few days it's been pretty bad. Like, it just started on Monday. Like, I went to bed, had a bit of a sore throat, and it's just gotten worse each day. Like the last 2 nights, I think I've woke up a few times and I've been really hot or really cold, and it's really annoying. It's not good, but hopefully it goes away soon, because I don't like this crap. But yeah, there's my predictions for WWE Fastlane. Tell me what you think, if you like it, if you think it's going to be a good show or not. Let's get this on again. Tell me what you think is going to happen, or who you think's going to win, or maybe there'll be a debut. Like maybe Enzo and Cass will debut in this thing. I don't know. I don't really care anymore, to be honest. I mean, whether I did care or not, they're gonna end up, like the rest of the NXT peoples that come up, ruined. And some people say, "Oh, Kevin Owens is doing all right." He's not. He's not being used like he was in NXT. He was a beast at NXT, and he's just not the same guy anymore. He's still funny, like funny on commentary and stuff, and when he's in the ring and like trash talking and stuff, he's really funny. And like he was on commentary. For that Ziggler match on SmackDown, and Ziggler did some air guitar thing or something, and he was like, "Oh, I've seen that before. I think he stole that from Eva Marie or something." He just came out with something like that. It was ridiculous. He always comes out with funny little things like that. He's good. He's good at that stuff, but he's not booked the same as he was in NXT. I'd like to see him booked more like that. But I'm gonna end this here because I've kind of had enough. And I also, this is up a little bit later than usual because I had to work today from 7 till 12, which sucked. I really didn't want to, but it was alright. I thought I was going to be like really tired or whatever, but it was okay, surprisingly. But hopefully I'll get a good sleep tonight. Because Friday night's usually my night where I sleep for like almost 12 hours. Get caught up because I don't get good sleep through the week. But that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling because I can't be bothered anymore. So thanks for watching. Sure, subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you for my review after the show airs. Of course. I don't know how to end this. Just me being a unicorn. Mm, 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 mm.